In today's video, I'm going to do the beauty Q&A that I told you guys about in the shading and highlights video. And in order for this video to not become super long, I'm just going to get started with the questions right away. First question that I got was, how do you make your eyes look bigger? Like I said in the shadings and highlights video, if you watched that, a great tip for any kind of makeup look that you want to create is that dark colors pull things back and that light colors bring things forward. So if you want to lift an area of your face, then put something light on it, such as we do with the highlights. I highlighted my cheekbones and things like that. And if you want to pull something back, you put a dark color on it, like I do for underneath my cheekbones. I don't have any shading on today, but that's one of the places where I would shade. So for your eyes, it's a good idea to stay away from super dark colors, especially black, because they really frame your eyes. If you want to use black eyeshadow and still want to try to make your eyes look bigger, then don't put black eyeliner into your waterline. Instead, use white eyeliner. White liner is for any occasion, any makeup look you want to create. It's a great way to make your eyes pop. They make them look bigger, and I don't know, they just pop somehow. I like wearing white eyeliner. That's actually one of the tricks. Well, not tricks, but that's one of the things that I like to pull out when I want to just make it a little bit more special. So that's a good way to make your eyes look bigger. Another way is to shade your eyes the way you normally wouldn't for your eye shape, if that makes sense. My eyes are really small, like tiny thin eyes. If I wanted to make them bigger, then I would not follow my regular lines. I would try to make them rounder and bigger instead of just following the shape of my eye. So if I wanted to do a crease line, I would go above my crease instead of where my crease actually is, and just make it look bigger. I would try to put light colors as close to the lash line as possible. I can't speak today. Lash line. Yeah, the white eyeliner is actually a good tip, and to stay away from darker colors. That'll make your eyes pop. So the next question is, how do I line hooded eyes? For those of you who don't know what hooded eyes are, it's the kind of eyes where your eyelids sort of is dropping down onto your eye and maybe even over your lashes. It's something that some people just have right away, and some people get it when they're older because we lose elasticity in our eyelid and it just keeps dropping down like everything does. Thanks, nature. So for lining hooded eyes, I mean, there are rules and there are ways to break rules. If we're gonna follow the rules, then it might be a good idea to stay away from really harsh lines. So no black eyeliner. That's not a good idea, because if you pull a hard black line and then your eyelid drops down over it, you're not gonna see the full line and it's just gonna look weird. So use soft strokes. Not if you want to do full black, you're gonna have to go like pull your eyelid up and color everything black, or smudge it out, you know, so that everything is black. Otherwise the lid will fall down, you'll see a little bit of black, and it's just gonna look weird. So use lighter, softer colors, and if you want to line your eye, use a softer line, not a liquid one. Maybe a pen, you'll be able to smudge it a little bit. It's the same thing for if you're doing makeup for an older person and they have a hooded eye. You sort of pull the hood away a little bit, and then it's a good idea to use a pencil liner. So maybe use a soft purple, or a gray is fantastic. Gray works great. And a thin line, and just try to get it as close to your own lashes as possible. If you don't have like really droopy hooded eyes, then you can still wear black, just not super heavy, really thick liquid eyeliner black. I hope that helps. Question number 3. My face looks dirty when I shade it. Shading and highlights is all about finding the right product. That's the thing about most makeup, finding the right product for you and what matches your skin tone, your eye color, and stuff like that. So if you choose for shading, if you choose a brown that is too cold and your skin is really warm, or the other way around, or something that just doesn't match, yeah, it can come out looking a little dirty, or just looking uneven, or well, just like it doesn't belong there. And we don't want our shading to look dirty. That's not good. And if you have found the right shade and you still get it like looking dirty, then maybe you're using either too much or too little. Both of those can do that. or the product itself is just not good. It's not supposed to come out like flaky all over your skin. It's supposed to be a nice, even result. It's not supposed to come out unevenly. Maybe you're applying it wrong. Just when you apply shading and highlights, you have to be really light on your hand because you don't want to go like shoof and you have a big ass blob all of a sudden. If you do buy a product that comes out, you know, bad, whatever you do, no matter how you try to change things up, then it's probably the product that just isn't good and you need to try something else. Question number 4, how do you apply foundation? There are a lot of different ways. You can either use your fingers, just put your foundation on your fingers, go like this, and then smudge it out all over your face. That's like the quickie version. I do that in the morning when I just have to run off to work and I don't really care that it's perfect. The other version, which is great if you want things to really last and you have time and if you're going out or anything like that, is using a foundation brush. So you just pop a couple of drops of the foundation on your hand and then use the foundation brush to apply it. And you can apply it, like, take your time, make everything even and things like that. I have a Brushes 101 video that you can check out if you want to know more about the foundation brush. Another thing that you can do is apply it with a sponge. The good thing about sponges compared to brushes is that you don't get the brush strokes that you actually can get sometimes from brushes if you're not careful. I'm not a big fan of using sponges because they soak up so much of the product. Like, they just absorb everything right away. Damn you, SpongeBob! So sponges are good. You can really pat the color in. It takes a lot of time because you're not supposed to drag it around like this. That's not good. You pat the color in to really get it on there and it stays on. It just requires a lot of product. It takes a lot of time and it's, yeah, I don't know, I just don't like it. Not on myself and not on clients, so I rarely use the sponge. One thing that you can do with a sponge, if you want less product to be sucked up into it, and you don't want a really thick result, is that you can wet it before. Just hold it underwater, squeeze it out so that it's still moist but not like dripping, and then it won't absorb as much and you can go ahead and do your regular thingy and get a thinner result. Another way of applying foundation is by using an airbrush, obviously, but that requires a special kind of airbrushing foundation and not everybody has that. So yeah, I'm going to talk more about airbrushing in an upcoming video. Question number 5, how do you keep your skin from looking oily during the day? If you have a really oily skin type, there are a lot of different things that you can use. Make sure that you use mattifying products like primers and all kind of creams, and everything that you use are mattifying. For foundations and the base products, there are straight to matte versions. Like, you can get a foundation that ends up matte right away. Matte primers, powders that are really matte. You can get blocking powders that really take out the oiliness. If you have super oily skin, I mean, there's always the chance that it's going to poke through at the end of the day, so you might need to have like a emergency kit of powder with you. But the most important thing is to not use products that contain oil because you're just going to add more shine to your face. So oil-free products, mattifying products are great, and there are even strips that you can remove oil and stuff like that. So just make sure that you really look at the ingredients in the products that you buy so you know that they don't contain oil. And just Google mattifying and you'll see. Maybe your favorite brand has mattifying products. That's a good thing to look for. The next question is directed to me as a makeup artist. It says, don't you think making videos like this, which is referring to the shading and highlights video, will hurt your business? No, I really don't think that those two things ever cross each other, because first of all, the people who watch my channel here on YouTube are merely not from Sweden, and I live in Sweden. The second reason is the people who watch my videos here on YouTube are regular people, like private persons. As a makeup artist, when I freelance, like a single person wanting just a regular makeup is not my major clientele. I want to work for companies. Companies who want to make like commercials or photo shoots or fashion shows, and they're not gonna, go into YouTube, see a makeup tutorial and go, hey, we can do this on our own, we don't need a makeup artist. So those things don't really, they don't really ruin it for each other. That would be really weird. So no, I don't think that those two things really have anything to do with each other. And the reason that I'm on YouTube is because I love giving information. I use YouTube all the time to get information myself. So if there's something that I think is really good to know, then I want to share it. And I don't think it affects my business. And if I lose like one client because, hey, they learned something from me on YouTube instead of in real life, then they still learn it from me, so it's still a good thing, you know, and that all comes together. So no, I'm not worried about that. The last question of this video, you guys, is what would you do makeup-wise if you had to tone down for an interview or other serious parts in life, where unfortunately being alternative is not going to work in your favor? This is a question that I've gotten before. I'm a grown-up, I'm 31 years old, and I can do pretty much what I want now. I have a career as a producer on the side, and then I have a career as a makeup artist, so I do two things. I have the fortune of working for a company that don't give a rat's ass about what I look like. They actually think that I can be pretty inspiring, and I don't really work with a client, so, I mean, not like this. They give me assignments, I do them, and I send them off, so it should be good. But I have had jobs where people have asked me to change. I've had to color my hair, I've had to cover up tattoos, because of sensitive clients and things like that. First of all, I think it's not a good idea to just assume that your clients are prejudiced bastards. I don't think that a hired person who is alternative is going to ruin a possible, you know, business thingy because of the way they look. That would be really, really weird. And if those are the kind of clients that come to you, why would you want to work with them in the first place, you know? And also, I really don't want to work for a company that doesn't let people look the way they want to look. I get it if you're a nurse and you have to wear like the scrubs. I get it that I can't work looking like this. That's fine. But for the sake of just appearance, where they want everyone to just wear suits, or, you know, just don't wear open toe shoes, or, you know, those kind of stupid things that you've heard about. This is the person that I am, and I've been told before that your work and your personal life are two separate things. Well, yeah, yes they are, but I'm still myself when I'm at work. I don't become a different person when I'm at work. That would be really disturbing if that was the case. So why shouldn't I be able to look like myself? If I would dress up in some kind of dress code that I don't like, then I would be playing somebody else, and that's not something I'm interested in doing at all. So yeah, as a makeup artist though, it's a plus to stand out in your own looks. People remember you that way, and I actually think it's a plus in any business. People have to give you a chance. They can't just judge you on what you look like. That would be a problem, not just for alternative people, but from everyone who stands out from the norm in society. And the norm keeps changing, and people have to keep up. That's just bullshit. So look the way you want to look, and if people don't want to hire you, then you probably shouldn't be working there in the first place, you know? Some people don't have the luxury of being able to choose. I know this. If you really want to pull a career off where you know that people are sensitive about the way you look, well, then maybe you shouldn't get tattooed or pierced or look the way you want. You kind of have to choose then, which really sucks. Unless you start your own business, then you can do whatever the hell you want. And I am rambling right now, but this is a question that means a lot to me because I am an alternative person, and my appearance is extremely important to me. People need to get to know me before they judge me. I am smart, I am funny, I'm happy. I'm not, you know, sad and depressed. I'm gonna cut myself because I happen to be goth. Right now I look more, I don't know. I'm wearing white today, guys. Yikes! That was a really long ramble answer to a really good question. I hope it made sense. This video is probably really long now, so I'm just gonna stop. Thanks to those of you who sent in the questions. That was a lot of fun to read through and help you guys. If there's something more you need to know, then just pop a question below or send me a memo and I'll get back to you. And thanks to everyone for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye!